London's crime wave is out of control, and it doesn't just hurt native Brits, it hurts legal immigrants as well. The crime wave in London, as we know, is out of control, but it's often used by the left. When we talk about the crime wave and the stabbings and the murders in London, the left often say that that's some kind of dog whistle. It's code that racists use to suggest that immigrants are violent and blah, blah, blah. But the reality is, actually, this crime wave, these stabbings, these murders, it doesn't just affect English people or native Brits. It affects legal immigrants as well. Let's not forget that there are literally millions of people who aren't born in the UK living in London. London's one of the most diverse areas of the country. So it stands to reason that the people who fall victim of these crimes are immigrants as well. And we know that's the case. And in fact, with stabbings in particular, we know it's young black lads who are the most common victim of these crimes. And there's a story I read today that I just wanted to quickly recap with you that really proves this point. It's from the Daily Mail, and it says, "We're leaving Britain because London is too dangerous. Family of 21-year-old Romanian who was stabbed to death 3 weeks after moving to the UK, return home to escape capital's epidemic of violence." Now, I know there's a problem with mass immigration in the UK. I don't have a problem with legal immigrants. In fact, I don't have a problem with many immigrants who, frankly, have been welcomed here. I take issue with the government rather than those immigrants. But when I hear that decent people living normal lives, integrating and working and just being all-round good citizens are leaving the country because of violence, it makes me very sad, and it makes me wonder what all the work was for, all this work over the generations to build Great Britain up into the great empire it was, the great civilization we created, and the influence we've had on other civilizations and countries across the world. And now we've literally scaled all the way back to medieval times, where our capital city is just a hotbed of Islamic terror and radicalization, extreme politics on either side, stabbings, murder, brutality, rape. That's what London stands for now. And I think that's deeply sad. The article goes on, it says, "The family of a Romanian man stabbed to death just 3 weeks after moving to Britain has returned home because they believe it's less violent than in London, where, quote, if you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, you could end up dead." The victim's sister, Ulia, who lived with him in Milton Keynes shortly after he came to the UK earlier this year, said the tragedy had altered her view of life in the capital. "I've come to realise that terrible things can happen in the blink of an eye, and if you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, you could end up dead," she told the BBC. Her comments come as 3 people fight for their lives after separate stabbings across London in 24 hours, as officers also launched a murder probe in Birmingham. Yesterday, stabbing deaths in the UK hit 250 this year, with 5 of those murders coming in the past 7 days in London alone. 5 murders from stabbing in London within 7 days. This is a problem. And Sadiq Khan says that this is something that can be solved in a generation, but we don't have that much time. How many more people need to die? Shouldn't we be looking at solutions here? And by the way, it is possible. I've talked about this before. The Metropolitan Police don't get the resources and the funding they need. They don't. They should. But at the same time, they should be better focusing the resources they already have. And Sadiq Khan is guilty of not doing that. Sadiq Khan, frankly, I would consider complicit in making an environment where these crimes can flourish. Sadiq Khan's one of the worst politicians, the worst London mayor I've ever seen. And there's an article here in The Independent by Lizzie Dearden, who I've had a spat with on Twitter not too long ago. And it says, "London murders are the symptom of a knife crime epidemic that shows no sign of ending in the UK." And she's right. It doesn't show any sign of slowing down. It shows no sign of ending. And if nothing changes, Sadiq Khan, even a generation won't be long enough. It's time we looked at real solutions to crime, to tackling crime in London. It's time we got tough. It's time we stopped and searched people once again. And it's time we started focusing the resources that we do have on tackling real crime in the streets rather than hate crimes online. If you want to see more from me and the rest of the Rebel team, be sure to download our new app from the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store.